What's up, everybody? Greetings and salutations. It is EC Radio. We are live on all Disruption Network social media platforms. You can find us on Facebook and YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, all those social media platforms. Shout out to the sponsors. If not for the sponsors, this podcast is not possible. Thank you to EJA Moving Services, the professional movers. When you're ready to move and relocate, hit up Eddie and his staff at 315-335-0516. They'll move pretty much anything, wherever, and they give you free boxes, too. So hit them up today. Tell them Uncle Z sent you. Find them online, ejamoving.com. Also, a shout out to my attorney, Dave Longaretta. If you need legal advice, give him a call today, 315-735-6162. Thank you to Utica Coffee. Thank you to Saranac Brewery. And thank you to my guest who is joining me today from Joey's at 307, Mr. Matt Grabski, for believing in the D. And thank you for your support, my friend.
Always.
I'm loving the new hoodies you guys got going over there.
He took it off. He didn't want to be known.
He didn't want to be known?
No.
You guys look like a gang when you walked in here, like a bunch of gangbusters.
We're going to be number 38 on that list for Oneida County. We're the 307 boys from Lower Mohawk Street.
The 307. Yeah, there you go. And how many people would be in this gang?
Undisclosed numbers.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Mike Clare also in the house with us today from Oliveri's Pizza in Hamilton. You can check them out over there by Colgate University. They brought a bunch of food too. Grabski brought, I think it was like a 3-foot sub.
That was all Matt today.
Is that a 3-foot sub?
It's just.
Yeah.
I was hungry.
Massive.
I got to eat too.
You do.
I do. I figured, I'd be rude. I didn't want to be rude eating in front of everybody, so I brought that. He was hungry. He called me up on his way down. He was fucking like, "I got to eat. I got to eat. I got to eat. Make me something to eat." I said, "What do you want? It's something quick. Something quick. I'm around the corner." I'm like, well, I'm making a sub. I'm making a big sub.
Matt told me he made a gigantic steak sandwich.
And then when you got hungry, it got bigger?
Well,
it increased?
Sometimes, right, we're good at exaggerating down here, too. Like, oh, man. So I go, I didn't know how big it was. I'm like, I'm starving, man. I haven't eaten anything since yesterday. I'm starving, I had candied pecans at like 4 in the morning. I sleep ate them.
Yeah.
I ate them.
Yeah.
I was half asleep, and I was eating candied pecans.
You do that too. Get up in the morning, right? You'll get up at like 3 in the morning, go pee, and then just be like, let's see what's in the cupboard real quick. And
you stick your finger in the mayonnaise jar.
I was crushing them.
That's disgusting.
I was crushing them.
Were you?
Mm-hmm. I skeeve mayonnaise. The only thing I like about mayonnaise, I like blue cheese dressing is made with mayonnaise.
Yeah.
And maybe I'll smear it slightly on something, but if I can hear it in tuna fish, or if the macaroni salad's got too much mayonnaise, I skeeve that stuff.
Yeah, I do too. I won't eat it.
He's a mayonnaise. He likes his mayonnaise.
Do you?
Yeah,
I like it with macaroni salad.
Dunkin' fries in it, all kinds of stuff. His fingers, he probably does.
Do you?
Oh, I wasn't kidding. I have a little jar of mayonnaise. I mean, it's me and my wife, our daughter's home. It's like, she does it too.
Yeah.
You know what I heard it works well
she's
for?
left spoons inside the mayonnaise.
Oh.
She's gross.
You know what it works well for, I heard too, is for moisturization.
Yeah?
If you want to keep a youthful appearance, oil of Olay.
What's that doing?
It's like you put mayonnaise on.
Yeah.
It's gotta be Hellman's though.
Where are you getting these tips from? These beauty tips?
Cosmopolitan.
Beauty tips with Mike Clare.
There you go.
Cosmo, I'm a girl dude.
Oh,
you submit articles.
Huh?
You write the articles out. Have you submitted anything yet? Have you published?
No.
You should.
I
just too busy.
Do a lot of reading.
Do the mayonnaise.
But quick articles, real short snippets.
Yeah.
He's in it for the pictures.
Uh-huh.
I got to eat, man. I can't sit still.
No. Definitely not.
So if it's something in a quick clip, like those half-hour podcasts, right, the nappy ones, I love those because it's a half hour of listening time, and that's all I got is about a half-hour listening time.
Yeah, perfect.
And then it's on to the next thing. This guy knows he can't sit still. You ever see this guy in motion?
Yeah, oh yeah. You both don't stop.
Busybodies.
You guys bounce off each other pretty well, too. Do you guys share recipes and whatnot?
Never.
No? Any tips in the kitchen? Any of that? No?
No, because, down here, too, as well as me, there's know-it-alls everywhere. Everyone's got the best, and everyone knows how to do everything very well, so they don't want to hear anything from you.
Right.
So, no, we don't share recipes or trade them. No. He makes it his way, and then I make it my way.
I got you.
No, he's totally fucking joke. He's totally joking. We do actually a lot.
Yeah, no, we do. Yeah, no, there's a lot of
There's actually quite a few items that I've ran for specials that have been born out of conversations, midnight conversations, standing in the kitchen.
Yeah. Standing in a circle?
Well, usually across a table, so there is distance.
Yeah, I gotcha.
But we're there.
Social distance for safety. I mean, there's a global pandemic going on, so there's only as much distance between us as that
Yeah,
What's
maybe
it,
this far.
3 feet distance.
There you
Sure,
go.
that's
Yeah.
fine.
We're waiting for the day we can embrace again.
It's coming soon.
You know?
Sure.
It's
Oh,
coming
yeah,
soon.
that's what they say, but we'll see. One more accuser.
I'm a
we'll be all
hugger. I'm
set.
an embracer.
I know you're an affectionate guy.
I like to touch people. You know?
You're passionate too.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's passion. You know, it oozes out of you when you do this kind of stuff. But
Did
yeah,
you
no,
see his Facebook Live yesterday?
I didn't, but I have been paying attention
He
to
was
his.
stuffing the garlic knots with the mozz. Just
And it-
popping them in. They went
wasn't
in the
just
oven,
stuffing them
there's
with
a pizza.
mozzarella, though. I was stuffing them with love.
It was forceful love. You got it in. You get another one. Get it in there.
Jamming it.
I was intense yesterday,
Yeah.
man. I was on the job.
He had the beats planted. He had like Biggie or some shit in the background. So it was a nice.
I've been on this funk kick. It was
Yeah.
nice and sunny out yesterday. I was getting like funk.
Like
A lot of
old school funk?
Yeah,
70s?
like 70s and 80s funk.
Like a little Chuck Brown.
No, I don't even know if I'm familiar with Chuck Brown.
No.
No,
Bustin' Loose?
No, well, yeah, like I guess, but like Dayton and like what else is it?
Ohio players.
Not even that. Like what's that? Fatback Band. The Fatback Band, stuff like that. Double Dutch Bus, and I found loving a lot of
goes way
'90s
under.
R&B. Spring Love, man. Stevie B. Spring's in there, right?
Yeah.
You get that sunshine shining down. That's all. That's what it
Yeah.
is.
Does that help you in the kitchen too when you get the music
He
going?
doesn't like music in the kitchen.
He doesn't.
He don't listen to music in the kitchen.
He don't.
It's, music in the kitchen
I'm
for me is
surprised.
tough
Why is that?
because I'm half deaf. I'm in the corner under a hood. Yes, he's
You know, who he's sitting next to, he's actually talking to someone who is truly
legally
half deaf. That was born with one ear. So when he says half deaf, I'm half deaf, but we got to have the music on.
But you're really half deaf.
He
But
really
I'm half deaf, as in
he
like
really
I
is.
can't hear out of
Like
my
if-
right ear.
if I
I
was
feel
sitting-
like I'm on an Airwolf episode or something, man.
Yeah, without,
Gun and shit.
without the
Yeah.
headphones on, this conversation between him and I would not be happening. He's just
This is a great way to communicate. I can hear everybody. It's great.
It's
you know?
nice for him. But I'm in this little corner, and I stand in a 7-foot space for hours on end with a giant hood vent sucking my brains out of my head. I can't hear shit. And the music on top of it.
You got to become a lip reader. That's what I do.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, and sometimes you fake it till you make it. Like you don't even know what somebody's saying. You can just kind of almost, wing it
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah. Are you a yeah bro guy?
No.
You're just like yeah.
He's a nodder.
Yes and no,
He's
a nodder.
Yeah.
Big
Yeah,
nodder.
nonverbal communication's big with me. So
Yeah, just so you can't record. No, I nodded my head. No, that's what I do. So you, after the fact, you're like, no, but you said you would. No, would I not? Yeah, I do that all the time. Did you hear me say I would? No, I didn't. That wasn't him.
This is something he said he's never done before. He's never eaten on camera before.
I know. Is he enjoying it?
Is it good? How do you feel now? Are you feeling
again, I'm
liberated?
trying to work on the timing because I took a bite and I was trying to quietly sneak one in while you guys were.
Didn't your mom teach you not to talk with your mouth full?
You did.
Which
Well,
shout out to your mom, by the way. I love that woman. Shout out to her. We had a chance to interview her at Tomato Pie Day. I know we talked about this at the Uncle Louie show when you came on a couple weeks back.
Did she tell embarrassing stories about him?
Like every
No.
every Italian mom.
She's
down here.
proud.
She is.
She's super
She
proud.
definitely is. But
She is.
the stories they're good.
Oh, I'm sure.
They are.
Sometimes my parents like to belittle me in front of my friends, my longtime friends. They like to remind the people around me, the people closest to me,
Yeah.
what kind of things I've been through my life and what kind of things what kind of mistakes I continue to make. You know?
And the beatings you've taken.
Yeah. Yeah. We were talking, I was talking to Nicole Koza this morning, Holy Pizzoli, right? She was talking about how in our era,
Yeah.
you'd get, sometimes when you stepped out of line, you got smacked back in it. Like, you know,
yeah.
somebody smacked you back into it, you know?
Yeah.
And-
pretty much.
Right?
But that would only last for a little while. And then once you forgot that it happened, whether it's a week, 2 weeks, a month, the next day, depending on the severity of the slap, and then it was a revolving cycle. And you're always you're doing that again. Like that was like I forgot. I'm sorry, I forgot.
Yeah, but here you are in your 40s and you still remember that slap, though.
Well, then you say, too, and then you say,
Right.
is there something wrong
Yeah.
about that? And should, like, kids not be hit by anybody? Are we aggressive maybe because of some of the things that happened? It was a different kind of era, disciplinarian type of, like, you know, militant style of parenting, you know? Like, it was like, you know what I'm saying?
I think it was more.
You know, do what your mother said or you're dead.
Yeah.
You know? Like, should you talk to kids
Yeah.
that way?
Get over here, I'm going to kill you.
Yeah.
But you knew that they didn't mean that,
With
you know?
Right.
spoons, you know.
Their tactics weren't.
Oh, you broke your wooden
appropriate.
spoon, bitch! I got another one. You know,
Right.
there was like the never-ending drawer, and they just kept coming.
Right.
And then you'd get yelled at again because you broke all the wooden spoons. I'm like, okay, well, I'm just wrong, and that's the end of it. But now, in this stage in the game, as you mature and as you grow, you look around and say, I probably shouldn't do that, because when I did that, my father took off his great big giant military belt buckle and whacked me in the fucking back with it. And I never did that stupid shit again. So as an adult, maybe, okay, learning lessons, some people, I don't know. I don't know. It's not okay. There's a point to where it does become like an abusive situation. But if you do something fucking stupid and you catch a quick one.
Maybe it teaches respect.
I don't know.
What'd you say?
That's a slippery slope of gray area conversation for all eternity. You know what I mean?
And it's something that is definitely frowned upon nowadays.
Sure,
but when we were growing up, man, I get smacked for just talking back or saying something stupid.
Wow.
Is that maybe why our generation, is so quick to think that we have to end something in violence? Where this one's always quick to say something, all these food debates and all this. He's very combative, Come see me, whatever,
No,
he's battling with the food truck guy over here, telling the guy to come meet him in front of Out of the Way Cafe. Meet me here. It's like, relax, man. I'm like 40-something years old. We're still gonna,
I'll put you back in that freaking elevator.
You're gonna fight like you're in the, meet me in the parking lot in Proctor.
No.
Meet me at Proctor Park.
Meet me at Proctor Park, and it's on
After ninth period.
Yeah, exactly. But maybe that stems from some of that too.
Those are two instances, and the only two instances that are of any severity. But it wasn't like I just started. It was a reaction to the situation. You make me sound like I want to go outside with a fucking tomahawk and start slashing tires.
I used to think that I was wound up kind of tight,
Yeah.
But Matt,
he's got you beat.
Yeah. He needs to learn how to relax a little bit.
I've been doing good.
Yeah.
I've been doing good.
What do you think is the craziest object you ever got beat up with when you were a kid? The most randomest object that you ever got beat up with?
I'm saying it was just belts.
Just
straps,
belts. Yeah.
spoons.
They didn't really chase you around with brooms or anything like that.
Mine got a broom.
Yeah.
Probably a dust
A
mop.
wooden spoon or whatever.
Yeah.
dust mop.
Before the Swifter, there was a dust mop,
Yeah.
My mother used to ring that shit out
the end.
Yeah.
I'd be outside playing in the backyard and especially spring cleaning, like around this time of year if it was
Right.
nice out.
Yeah.
You could hear I'd see the dust mop in the second floor window, like just banging the dust mop against the house. Mm-hmm. Cleaning every Saturdays for cleaning. The weekends for cleaning and rearranging furniture.
Yeah. You walk through the dark room, and then you fall over something because you already had your path, but then 2 weeks later, your path is disrupted.
Right.
Then you got to relearn your path. Mm-hmm. It's like, fuck.
I used to like when the house got rearranged, man. New beginnings.
There you go. Change is good.
Yeah.
Change is always good.
Exactly.
We got some people out there on Facebook checking in, and thank you for checking in. And if you are on Facebook, do us a favor and click the share button and help spread the word of Joey's at 307. And, of course, Oliveri's over in Hamilton. They make the best grandma pie, don't he?
It's delicious.
It is. John Pappas is saying, what's up to everybody?
What's up, Pappas?
What's up, Pappas? Good to hear from you. Check out his place, too, Geddes Bakery over there in Syracuse. Delicious.
Phenomenal. They make these I tell everybody, they make these little homemade ho-hos.
Really?
They're stupid.
Yeah?
They're stupid, man. Just a little spongy little chocolate cake with the cream filling punched in and then covered in just a mound of ganache or whatever they put on it. It is ridiculous. I buy dozens of them. And Pappas knows. He comes down with me box. Pound them. They're addicting.
You
Eat them like popcorn?
Do you dip your fingers in the ganache, too?
Oh, of course. Of course.
Especially in the middle of the night.
There's nothing better.
He's called radio bars?
Sure.
No, that's what he's saying. Radio bars.
Radio bars. Whatever you call them.
Yeah.
To me, it's a ho-ho, and it's delicious. It's not wrapped up, but it's that concept that's unbelievably good.
Check them out. If you guys are in Syracuse, check out Geddes Bakery. Gina's saying there's abuse, and then there's getting a slap because you have a big mouth or you did some stupid crap.
There you go, Gina. That's what's up right there.
Uh-huh.
That's the difference. You are so right.
Then she's saying, my son knows when I reach for my slippers, he's out of line. She's probably got that magical slipper, like when she throws it, and if he's to turn, make a left, I'm sure that slipper makes a left to follow the kid. It's got like a tracking device on it.
And it's a slipper.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Right.
My mother, there you go. The clog. Does everybody remember?
The clogs?
The wooden clog?
Oh,
with
yeah.
The red straps?
Tell me you got beat with one of those.
I got whacked right in the back of the ass with one of them.
Ouch.
My mother fucking walking up the stairs. She, little son of a bitch. But, She didn't follow me upstairs. I got smacked in the ass. I said, oh. And I ran up to my room. I hung out there. I had little Matchbox cars and shit I go play with or put the video game on.
Right.
2 hours later, did you learn your lesson? Yes.
Crazy. And kids nowadays, to punish them, you got to send them outside. It's the exact opposite
Yeah,
of
it
how
don't
we
make
got
any
punished.
sense.
You go to the calm down corner.
Yeah, is that what it is? The calm down corner? Yeah.
I guess.
The timeout room?
Yeah, everyone. Yeah, the calm down corner, the timeout room.
The chair. We had the big grandma green velvet chair. To sit there, don't move. If you walked in, if your hand was here one time and then you put it down here, don't do that.
At Mount Carmel, the nuns used to have.
Wait, you went to Mount Carmel?
Yeah, for a little while. Yeah, 86, second grade. Then they consolidated. They closed it.
I was there.
I loved Mount Carmel. I know what it meant to go there. My grandparents went to school there. My grandmother went to school in Mount Carmel.
Yeah.
You know,
Crazy.
it's like life begins and ends with the church too. I mean, you see, you're out. My parents got married at Mount Carmel. My grandparents did. You know, that church was built by our ancestors, so it's an important fabric of our community down here. Not that you're maybe always, you know, paying attention to some of the faith you were raised with and your ideals that you were raised with sometimes, but you got what's instilled in you, you know. But the church is always there, you know that, so you take it for granted sometimes, you know.
Oh,
remember being at Mount Carmel, if you get in trouble, they tell you go stand in the corner. Do they do that to the kids nowadays? Go stand in the corner.
Absolutely not.
No,
I used to spend half the day in the corner.
I think kids dictate now what goes on. Like I see parents interact with their kids, and like the kids dictate now.
This will be my punishment.
That wasn't happening in the 80s.
You could turn off my Snapchat for an hour.
On Arthur Street in the 80s, that wasn't going down in my house, you know.
It blows me away that I never knew you as a kid because this is like we're right here, Mount Carmel, Arthur Street, all this stuff.
It's hilarious.
Like, how do I not?
He lived right in between the two of us.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I think I knew where you lived up there on Greenview, right?
Hammond.
Hammond.
McQuaid. Both of them, really.
No, when you were on Hammond, too, because
we used to
the Comito family was on Hammond, Mike LaPola, and I was always down in that part of Hammond.
Oh, that's right. We talked about this.
Yeah, we did. But sometimes you never really interact with everybody around, you know.
I was too cool for everybody.
That's the thing. Everyone was
an age thing. If you're 8 months older, you go, no.
Sometimes the grade structure too. Sometimes you stuck around with the same age and your same I keep looking at the time because I have to go out and make pizza.
There's a giant clock right there.
I didn't notice that.
This sandwich.
I was lost in this steak sandwich.
This sandwich is banging, bro. This is unbelievable. Thank you, man.
Oh, for sure.
Where do you get your bread from?
Giuseppe's.
Giuseppe's?
Yeah, always. I've always done business with those guys.
We love driving down Mohawk Street at like 3, 4 in the morning, and it's all you smell because he's the only one open on Mohawk Street at that time. And then you got a couple crackheads walking in, and they were on the neighborhood.
Yeah.
But you drive down Mohawk Street, and it's all you smell is like this wonderful aroma of bread and fresh baked goods.
That's one of the last things I do.
Like the trifecta right there. You know, I mean, back in the day, you had Rentrona's here banging it out.
Legendary
Big O
bakery
was there. Giuseppe's was right there, and that's all. That whole block. That's all it smelled like was bread.
Wasn't there other bakeries down there too that probably I think they go back before us a little bit. Maybe we were really young. Wasn't there a Nicotera bakery on Bleecker somewhere down there too?
Responti's was back that way.
Remember Big O?
That's still good. That's still there.
Oh, that's still there?
Oh yeah.
Still going.
Still going. Crazy.
Yeah. Shout out to all the mom and pops during this pandemic. How about the American trucking industry and like all the people that anybody that was able to work during this. And all the challenges that everybody's faced, still going to work every day while so many people are out of work home or, collecting the unemployment. I'm not saying it's bad for it, but sometimes you say, come on, man. There's industries that are still open that need people, like that have to find people
the restaurant
to work.
Businesses.
And you can't find anywhere, anybody. It's a widespread problem, and it's got to be nationwide.
Yeah.
So it's an unbelievably challenging situation to be in sometimes.
Yeah.
Some of us are fortunate you have some good crews, people that want to work, But as a whole, you hear it all the time from everybody.
Yeah.
How nobody wants to work anymore. Where's the American work ethic?
Where to go?
We might not have been perfect either, but we were always taught to go out and get ours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we were working at a young age, too.
Oh,
how old were you when you got your first job?
Well, I mean, my father's been in business his whole life. My mother's father was a master electrician, so sometimes you'd be tagging along and maybe working for them before you actually got a job.
Exactly.
We were just talking about it, though. Valley View, I don't know, 14, 15 years old, washing dishes up there.
Same. You too, right, Matt?
I did Valley View like very briefly. I worked at 14. I was up at Linton's, and that was easy. These guys were sweating in the dish pit, looking like they got into a fucking water gun fight.
You know what's not easy? It ain't easy being cheesy, and I got to go make pizza. So.
That's his segue out of here.
That was it. He's always got the exit line.
That was his segue out of here. Let me see.
Yeah, don't forget your sandwich for the ride.
Take some tomato pie too. You guys check out Oliveri's in Hamilton. Amazing little pizzeria over there. He's doing some good stuff over there. It was tough, man, on how you had to reinvent yourself too throughout all this pandemic crap.
Oh, it got crazy.
Yeah,
it got crazy. Like when it first happened, I spoke to a few different people in the business, and it was like, what are we going to do?
Mm-hmm.
What are we going to do? And then it's just like the takeout with, we can still do takeout. So that was nice. We were fortunate for that. And then the takeout business just sprawled. And that's when you saw like the DoorDash and the food delivery apps start taking off everywhere. Now everybody's got it now because of the situation. So, there's some businesses that did expand during this.
How do you feel about DoorDash and those kind of apps that people can use? Are they kind of bullshit? For being the restaurant owner that you are.
They're good to a point, but that's when you start getting the price gouging. Because you can look at somebody's menu at their joint and the prices are one thing. And then you look at the food apps and it's $1.50, $1.50 more on some items, which, okay, it's a very minimal amount. But when you're ordering multiple items, what did that food service delivery cost for you to have to get that service? And then you got a credit card fee on top of that in most cases. So you're losing. You're losing. I think recently, just in New York, they passed legislation to where they capped off the max percentage and they lowered it. I don't know the exact number. You got to look it up, but because it's got ridiculous. Some of these people are charging 33, 35, 40%.
Wow. So it was like there was no ceiling whatsoever. It was just like charge as much as they wanted to.
Some of them were, because
that makes you look bad too, though. Don't you think that makes the restaurant look bad?
It definitely does, because now your prices are up. Plus, a lot of these guys, when they are delivering, nobody's knocking them. That's a hustle doing that shit. But
thank you, buddy.
You got people, Mike. We'll see you.
All right.
You got people running in and out. Picking up these deliveries, and it's like you're a small operation. You got lines of orders. This one delivery said 30 minutes, 35 minutes, or whatever.
Somebody locked this door behind me. I'm leaving.
It's just we're good. Thank you, bud.
They walk in 20 minutes. Where's my food?
Yeah.
Well, the ticket. This is my ticket time right here. It's like right in front of me. This is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they would leave. A lot of times, out of the way cafe, a lot of problems early in the morning because nobody's out driving. It's like 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning, and people are ordering breakfast.
Okay. Now, would that just be for like a household, or are they ordering breakfast for an office?
It's everything.
It's everything?
Anybody who's got the app, the delivery app on the phone or whatever, you just get it. And that was it. We did a ton of business. When we switched over with Joey's, and Joey's opened right a month before the pandemic hit. We opened our doors. 35, 40 days later, the world shut down.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what? Like, is this just a joke right now?
Mm-hmm.
But we got through it. Said, you know what? We're got to restructure. And everybody just kind of followed in line, doing family meal deals, a lot of to-go orders, small menus, dumbing everything down to the best of your ability to where you don't have any staff because people aren't working. People were afraid to come in at the time. People were quitting jobs left and right.
Mm-hmm.
They were getting banged from the government. So, okay, that was a nice supplement. But now at this stage in the game, I don't know anybody's personal feeling with the situation, but things are starting to steadily come around. There's definitely a sickness. It's definitely a terrible thing, but it's not. Life has to continue.
Yeah, I agree.
There's a lot of people out there that have the same feeling. And it's like, if you have your personal belief, then just don't do something. But please don't knock somebody else for doing it, because we're all here struggling.
Mm-hmm.
I went to work at 8 o'clock this morning. I'll be there till midnight tonight, maybe 11 o'clock tonight. And guess what? I'll be right back in there at 8 tomorrow morning. I'm working day in, day out. Mike, working. You're always on the grind. You always got something going on. People are out there shuffling. Like you said, the truckers, everybody out there. Without those guys, you got nothing.
Yeah, you got to reshuffle it, right? In a way, it's a good reset, but it sucks that nobody wants to work, though.
And that's the hard part. As we're getting back to somewhat of a normalcy basis, to where people are starting to come out of the house, they're getting in, they're coming down, they're sitting down. We talked about a plethora of restaurants. Just before I came up here, I was talking to Anthony Amodio. Everybody he knows is looking for somebody, because you just can't. And there's only so much you can do. And with us, sometimes we got to cut orders off. On a Thursday, Friday, Saturday night, if your order's not in by 5:30, I'm sorry.
It's because you can't keep up.
I just can't do it. I can't keep up with what's going on in the dining room and then have to sit there with to-go orders. and we're a small operation. I'm fortunate enough to have I got one good guy. I got a few kids that come in and out. My wife is there all the time. Our daughter's there. And then we've got, 2 good waitresses that kind of pick up the slack here and there. But it's like, I'd like to open more. I'd like to get more done. I just can't. I just can't do it. It's physically impossible. I'm getting old.
Yeah.
I'm not that old, but you start to feel it after a while.
Do you feel once we got on this Corona coaster that the other restaurants in the area kind of were a little more supportive with one another?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You really saw a nice get together of people, and when I first got into the industry in the area, nobody wants to know anybody. It's like, oh, you opened a place. It's like, oh my God,
you'll never make it.
Yeah, it's all the bullshit. And then, once the train started, you saw more interaction. You're shopping in the same places. You're crossing each other's paths. You're eating in each other's restaurants. You talk, and everybody's in the same situation. It's like, how's everything going? You see huge operations that are struggling. Not only we're getting to get people in the door and get the phone to ring, but having anybody to put the product out. And then people were shuttering, and everybody's out. Your investment, your hard work, your love, your labor, everything is gone. It just didn't make any sense after a while. And the incessant restrictions laid down on us by the government, it's just stupid.
Yeah.
Some of these small places, like Bonomo's Ice Cream. You mean to tell me that these people can only have X amount of people standing in their line? The place is jammed. They're a seasonal operation. Voss's seasonal operation, jammed. How are you going to survive that if they don't allow you to have people are smart. Why does the government...
It's questionable.
Well, it's definitely a questionable situation, but for the most part, a person is smart. A group of people is a fucking ridiculous mess, but that's a different ballgame. But if you could think for yourself and say, I have health issues, I have this, I have that, I choose not to operate in this manner. And then that's where you have the delivery service apps. I was in Burn Dairy last night getting an ice cream. They've got DoorDash in the fucking place.
Really?
There's DoorDash. I heard it going off. Burn Dairy. I'm like, what do people get? And he's like, ice cream,
chocolate
pizza,
milk,
groceries. He's like, we deliver anything.
That's a good move for Burn Dairy, I guess.
It kind of is, because there's, and people that don't know, Burn Dairy's on DoorDash. It was crazy. Check them out. They do deliver. It's quick. Why not?
And they got the best milk.
They do have I got the chocolate milk. I ate the whole thing.
Remember the old days of the milkman? The milkman used to come. Belvedere's used to be our milk company back. And I'm talking, I'm an infant child.
Yeah.
And there used to be a milkman. You have the little container, and they drop off a couple glasses. There were glass containers
in the little box.
In the box there, and you leave the empties, and they swap them out.
Then you get the bill, and you pay the bill. It's like the paper boy. Mm-hmm. Paper milk every morning, paper milk, repetitive cycle.
That's the original DoorDash.
Pretty much.
Yep.
You ain't lying, it is.
Crazy.
Yeah, what a concept, though.
Yeah.
And it was probably some stoner sitting around like, man, I got to eat.
Yeah.
You're not open, you don't deliver, you know this. I'm going to. And that's it. I made a delivery app.
Yeah.
And now he doesn't have to leave his house. Now he's stupid rich, and he just sits around, gets blazed all the time, and just orders food.
How many entrees have you come up with late night? Just kind of sitting around.
That's where
getting uplifted.
That's where they all come from.
That's where they all come from.
That's where they come from. I mean, like I said, just bouncing a lot of stuff off of Mike. He's a food guy. I get in with other food guys. I just had in conversation. Say, oh, what if he did that? And how about we took this and that? Or I had a dish at this place, but I didn't like it like that. Maybe what if we did it this way? And every meal is a derivative of something else. And somebody else was sitting around, smoking bud and said, that's going to be good. That's, but if you make something at night when you're blazed up, make sure you try it in the morning too. Then
because it might not be as good.
It might not be as good. Like,
that's solid advice.
You know what I mean? Try it again in the morning. Food settles, it gets cold. It's even better that way. Try it again. If it's still good in the morning, you got a winner on your hands.
What about measurements? See, earlier today, the reason why I bring this up, when I go to pour coffee and make the coffee. I just pour the thing in and Gabe's like, well, how many scoops do you use? And I'm like, I don't scoops. I just poured in. Same thing when I cook. I don't really measure anything.
No.
What about being in the restaurant industry? And you're Italian as well. So us Italians don't measure anything. What about in the restaurant world? Do they measure in the restaurant world?
I don't have measuring cups in the building.
You don't?
I don't.
Everything's by sight.
I just do it.
Pinch or a punch?
Pinch, punch, pop. I throw. Sometimes I get crazy and I start.
Waste paper basket basketball?
Yeah, I do. Well, I do like alley oops with spice and whatever lands in the pan. That's. I entertain myself. You know what I mean? I get the music's in my head because my rhythm is on that ticket line. It's this, and you create your own rhythm out of that. Music sometimes fucks you up because if the song doesn't match what you're doing, it's the same with a dancer. It doesn't work. Plus, I can't hear.
Yeah, everybody's different too.
Yeah, so it just works out, you know. But yeah, it's fun. Not one measuring cup.
Not one.
Not a one. Not a one. So it just do it. You know, after a while when you make certain things, you just get the feel of saying, well, I enjoy the way that tastes. Because that's how I cook to taste, like to my taste, pretty much. Your taste might not be my taste. You know, you might come in and say, well, that was good, but you know, the food's good, but it's not your particular taste, to where some people share the same, you know, taste and they acquire it and they say, oh man, that was great, or that's, you know, I had it like this, you know, my aunt or my grandma used to make it this way, my mother made it that way, but man, that was good. That was real good.
Even a big vats of stuff too?
Yeah.
Yeah? Just because you've been doing it for so long, you just know?
That's what I did. I got a lot of, you know, I did over the years, I did a lot of traveling throughout the country, and I did a lot of like banquets, like country clubs and big resorts and stuff. And if you could make something as simple as a chicken franchise per order is very simple to make. But when you got to make 300 orders, you're not sauteing 300 fucking orders of chicken franchise in the pan. It's not going to happen. You need to make gallons, get 10, 15 gallons of franchise sauce and have it hold up from start to finish. And that's just, I learned that's where it came from. You know, I just refined every place I worked in, everywhere I went, you pick something else up that fits your style. And then you just refine what you're doing over time. And if you could make 30 gallons of something and 3 gallons and it's exactly the same, you accomplish something, you know, then you are definitely on your game and you know what's going on. And that works. And that works because you got to think, you come today and have something and you come in 2 weeks and have the same thing and it's not the same. Doesn't work.
Yeah, definitely not.
Doesn't work.
Who's your grand poobah? Who's the one guy locally that you look up to and be like, okay, he's the I'm not worthy type of dude? Is there one guy locally?
I mean, that's on the spotter.
I know. Well, I'm an on-the-spot type of guy. I never know what I'm going to say. It's not like I plan any of these conversations.
You're just hitting me out of left field. I got to call somebody out right now. But the one guy locally, and it's a gentleman I worked for forever and a day. His name's Franco LaPaglia. He's my guy. He's out. He's done. He's old. He sits and drinks coffee and reads the fucking paper now and calls me and breaks my balls once in a while. But he's the guy. When he got his hands on me, and him and I traveled different places in the country and we worked here locally, he refined what I already had. He brought my game to, you know, where it is today and then beyond, you know, on my own after the fact. And Franco, he's not very known around here. He's not a big name. Like around here when he was younger, he worked at Grimaldi's, shit like that. But he was down in Florida. He owned 2 restaurants down there. He moved back up here with family and, as he aged, and like he ran like the Yanadasas Club and does little consulting ordeals for people now. But he's the guy.
Claire's saying nobody.
You know what, Mike?
He's saying nobody.
Of course he's saying nobody.
Yeah.
He knows the deal. I enjoy being around food guys. Like I did the show with George Fratazio a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And that was a lot of fun. The guy's a fucking maniac. We had a lot of the shit that wasn't on camera, thank God. But we had a blast. You know, him and I had a
imagine.
Oh, please. We had a lot of fun in the kitchen. He is definitely a local legendary status for sure. He's been in the game a long time. He's a wild man. He gets down. He knows what he's doing. He just does it. It's just systematic clockwork. Him and I working back to back in the kitchen, because when we do the show, you don't work with the other person. You just kind of, they do their thing and then you do your thing, and you rotate the space. Me and George, we went from right through the entire show, app, entree, the whole process in between, back to back, and it was great. It was great to do that. There's a few guys around here that definitely have tons of skills. Lapino's up at Bella Cucina, definitely. I learned a few tricks from those guys. Michael T's is one of my go-to spots. I really enjoy that place. And everybody's too commercialized now. So you got a couple knuckleheads, Mike DeSantis. You got to give him props. The guy's a beast. He is a beast on the grill.
There's just so many though, right?
Dude, I could just I'm like, as I'm thinking, just you're throwing people out there.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many spots that these guys have superior talent. But where like I am different from them. I'm so small that everything that comes out of the kitchen is made by my hands.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not orchestrating. I'm not. And people are like, oh, can Matt come out and say hi? And no, he can't, because he's in a 7-foot rectangle, and that's where he stays until the job is done. And I don't know if anybody really like gets that I'm back there and I got one guy that backs me up that I throw plates to, and they go around the corner and then they're gone.
And you literally throw them at him.
I literally throw.
They're like, he's got good hands, that kid.
Yeah. I've actually been known to toss a few like discus style across, but we got good plates so they don't break it. They work out well. But it's a lot of fun. We do have fun back there. It's with anything else,
Mm-hmm.
Like you guys have a fucking ball here. I watch you all the time. You're always breaking balls and you got music stories.
You got to do what you love, man, right?
You got to.
It's not work.
No, it's not. It's not work.
I don't want to work. I want to have fun.
Either. I want to have fun, and,
Right.
and I want to enjoy what I'm doing, and I enjoy what I do by feeding. When you come and you eat, all that. Okay, I brought you a meal. You smiled. You happy. You ate it. It was good. And that's
Smiling
the end
for
of it.
a week.
Oh yeah, no, it'll be great.
What I love about Joey's too is the rotating dinner menu you have.
Yeah.
There's always a seafood dish, and then lunch too. People need to, recognize that you have a great lunch special every day.
I do different things a lot of the times. I'm so sorry about that. I thought I turned that thing off.
That's all right.
But yeah, I run different things. Lunches are slow. I'm not going to sit here and say, "Oh my God, we're so busy." No, lunch sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Lunch is slow. We're there. I'm there anyway. We open for lunch, and it's a day by day process. Some days it's good. Same. I mean, with dinner too, it's some days are good, some days are bad.
Right.
But dinner is, your days. You progressively get busier as the week goes on, and we only do Wednesday to Saturday. So Wednesday nights they're touch and go. You have a good one, you have a bad one. Thursday night, you see a little better, and Friday, Saturday come, and that's your beast out for the weekend. And that's it. The week's over. But we do some wild things for lunch. Nothing like, we had some crazy shit out of the way that we did. We just can't execute in this style kitchen. It's not set up for a lot of that shit that was down there. But just keep it basic. Like I did the Philly sandwich. I mean,
it's basic, but it's
that
always
was great.
It's always
it's
a
with the cheese whiz. So
different menu though. It's basic, but there's still other things.
The dinner
going on.
menu revolves every week.
Mm-hmm.
Every week the dinner menu is different. You can get your core staples, your franceses, your parms, your macaroni and meatballs. We got lasagna, 2 different styles, all the time. But the specials that's where I come in, because anybody can make a chicken parm, anybody can do that. But are you going to get the stuff that we're doing anywhere else? And that's kind of what I go for. And I'll admit to everybody, I spy on people. I see what specials somebody else is running, and I try not to do that.
You shady bastard.
I am. I'm fucking crazy. I sit there on Facebook and I get on people's websites and shit. And
But it's research too, though.
it is, because I don't, I don't want to interact. There's so many Italian restaurants. You got Ventura's around the corner, but Ventura's is Ventura's for 100 years. They just do what they do. They run perpetual. But you got other places. You got Marissa over here at Rentrona's up there. If Marissa's running a stuffed mushroom, I don't want to do stuffed portobello mushrooms, because like, why? You can go, if you want a stuffed portobello, then go to Rentrona's.
There's so many other entrees you could put together.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I bounce off of that. Like, I don't post my specials. I haven't even posted them yet this week because I'm so fucking terrible. I did do them, which sometimes by this time on a Wednesday they're not even done. Like, I don't even know what I'm doing yet. I'm just sitting there on the computer just throwing shit together and say, okay, great, that's what we're gonna do. But I got to look and see what everybody else is doing. You know, I know these like Sal up at Tavolo, they got their specials out earlier in the week, and I say, okay, well, they're doing that. This one's doing this one. This one's doing that one. What can I do that's not gonna deflect off any of these guys? Because we all have our own businesses, and I mean that's just how I think about it. I don't want to sit there and say, you know, Marissa's got the stuffed mushroom, the stuffed portobello this week. Well, let me make one. And if there's somebody out there scrolling Facebook and says, oh, there's stuffed portobellos, and so, okay, well, I like the chicken franchise better at Joey's, so I'm going to go there and get stuffed portobellos, and we're not going to go to this place to get the portobello. So, you know, she does this ridiculous stuffed pretzel, and you could just pound the entire thing. You could Simpson eat this fucking thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super good.
I got to check that out.
You got to get the stuffed pretzel over there is super good, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody has their own things.
Yeah, right.
So, you know, if I see another restaurant that runs the stuffed pretzel like she has it, it's like, why? You know, do you really need that extra couple dollars an order business? Are you not busy enough that you have to do and bounce off of what somebody else is doing? I mean, that's just, everybody has their staples. Don't get me wrong. Mm-hmm. They do. And as my purpose of the specials, it reflects on my talent and what I really do. And, you know, I'm much more than bacon and eggs and chicken franchise. You know, I go bring it to somewhere else. You know, I got a lot of fancy dishes with low level basics, normal stuff that anybody can come eat. And then somebody with a more like upper palate that says, well, I enjoy this style. You know, I'm not just a sauce and macaroni guy, which I am. I go somewhere, I'm getting spaghetti and meatballs. I don't venture too far into realms.
You're a basic type of dude.
I'm basic as they come. I'm basic as they come. I don't do anything crazy. I'm a cheese pizza guy. I'm a medium chicken wing and some blue cheese, and that's it. That's my lifestyle. Cheeseburger, cheese, meat, bun, ketchup, mustard.
Tag is checking and he's saying your Marcella sauce is slap your mama in the mouth stupid good.
Yeah, thank you, buddy. Who's that, Joe?
No, Tony.
Oh, yeah, good.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good. I try to make it. It's good. That's it. I love feeding people. I love when people get happy and excited. And
mm-hmm. So what you were saying earlier, too, it's super important to maybe check to see what other restaurants are doing.
Of course there is.
You know, do that kind of research instead of just having blinders on and doing your own thing and not paying attention to what your competitor's doing. Yeah,
it is. And it's just mutual respect for other establishments. Because I wouldn't want somebody copying my shit.
Right.
Why would I do it to them? And it just creates bad blood within the industry because there's going to come a time to where, holy shit, I ran out of mayonnaise at 9 o'clock on a Saturday night. Where am I going to get fucking mayonnaise from?
There we go with the mayonnaise again.
I know. I brought that that's just for you. So I can call, you know, I could pick up the phone and call a number of places and say, hey, you know, can I, and it's just a camaraderie between the businesses. Basically, it's in any field, whether you're in the car business, the restaurant business, the accounting business, lawyers, those guys are a different fucking ball game. Nope. They're all in a crew, but they're all out to kill everybody. No, I'm just kidding. But, you know, it's
chasing ambulance.
Yeah, pretty much. You know, this attorney's not going to call this attorney to borrow a pencil. Mm. You know what I mean? They talk legal shit, and that's what they do. But we talk food. Mm-hmm. That's what we do. You know, we get into it, and we have a lot of fun with it. And if you go around, it's like, I got the best. And like Mike was fucking killing you with that. And he's right. There's too much of that shit going on. Mm-hmm. It's like, if you got the best, beautiful.
You don't have to brag about it.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. You know, if I could put together, and I keep telling him, I want to see him and Mike Wally. I'm calling you both out. It's already planned.
Oh, I like it. He's calling people out.
But they both know it. Wally
Challenge.
Knows, yeah. Hot off the brick, Oliveri's, toe-to-toe. Pizza wings. Because mine, if I were to get pizza and wings, if I could go to Mike's and get a pizza and go to Wally's and get wings, that's what I would do. Pizza, wings, that's me. That's the perfect mix of the two. And we got to get like 4 or 5 judges together to judge this thing.
Oh, let's do it.
And watch these two go at it.
Let's do it.
It's got to have, it's a timing thing. Everybody's busy.
Yeah, true.
Everybody's busy. We were supposed to do it last week, and then Mike had staffing issues. One's got surgery, and, you know, it's tough. Mm-hmm. He's got so money, and he's fortunate to have a good crew where he can drive from Hamilton and come down and dick around in Utica all day, go in the barber chair, get shaved, talk on the phone.
I felt bad he had to leave, though. I like when he gets
Don't
going.
feel bad. He hasn't fucking
Mike's
worked in
fun
3
to wind
weeks.
him up and
He's-
watch him go.
Oh yeah,
you know,
No,
just
no.
you just let him go.
He
He's
goes.
hysterical, man.
But he hasn't worked in 3 weeks. The last 3 weeks before this, he's been gallivanting the countryside, doing whatever the fuck he wanted to do. What are you doing, Mike? Oh, you won't believe it. I'm home. Okay.
He's driving around live on Facebook.
Pretty much is. But he had right when the show with Wally was going to happen, he had staffing issues. Everything kind of went sideways for him, so he had to get back to the grind, and he's doing his thing.
Yeah.
So now he's making Facebook Lives, stuffing bread with cheese.
Adrian's commenting on the Facebook. Hi, Adrian. I miss your beautiful face. She's calling you a great chef.
Oh, thanks, sweetheart.
Yes, and she's right. She should have came in today. She posted that she was going to.
She should have. She's a blast.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I brought her tomato pie. I made my own blue cheese, so you got to come check it out.
That tomato pie is fantastic. By
Thank
the way.
you.
Fantastic.
I appreciate that.
I love when tomato pie is crispy and not just the doughy. You know, when it's all thick. I don't like the thickness. I like nice and crispy. I like the bite. I like a crunch.
Yeah. There's got to be something there. Everybody's got their favorites.
Yep.
I made it just. Why not? We make pizza, and I don't. There's so many places to get tomato pie from. If we have parties and things like that, if somebody orders one, we make them. But I don't have like a rack of tomato pie sitting there on any given day. There's so many great tomato pies in town.
Mm-hmm.
Why do it? Why do it? We don't do the meatball thing on Sundays. There's Carmen Besson right around the corner.
Yeah.
He grinds my meat anyway.
Does he?
So why be a competitor to my supplier?
How many tomato pies do you think Romans go through on a day?
Holy fuck.
Like, let's say on a Sunday.
They got to go through a couple hundred.
Right?
Like, no shit. I mean, you walk in there, they got them racked up. I mean, they're just stacked. You hit there early in the morning, they're stacked up. They're still warm. But they got to do a couple hundred. They got a good product. Napoli's a good product. Giuseppe's, they make a good one. They got the thicker one, but it's still good. It's got a nice, crisp, airy dough to it, so it's nice. There's everybody. They're so good.
So good.
Danielle's. That's they're a different ball game. They make theirs a little bit different. Mike makes a great one. So whatever.
Adrian's saying she's always right.
She
like
is
you
always
both
right.
haven't experienced that in my wisdom. Yes, you're very wise.
Yes, yeah.
You're very wise.
Absolutely.
And then she's saying you both shouldn't be talking about grinding your meat on air.
Why not?
I'm
Why
always
not?
talking about grinding my meat.
But she's the one that took it.
She
brought it
takes
to the next level. It's just always.
And
That's why she was here. It would be hilarious.
And that's
to be
why I miss you,
rolling.
Age. Let's see. Gina saying, I'm sad that I can't taste Matt's food. DoorDash won't deliver from Utica to Long Island. Maybe
That
one of these
sucks.
days. And Gina comes from one of the Uncle Louie fan base.
Okay.
And so, and thank you for the support, Gina. She's been hanging out for a while. And so we talk about all this great food here in Utica, especially on Uncle Louie, because you feed those guys all the time, and Mike's fed them. Everybody's fed them. They just
eat
love
everything. They love to eat. They've come down to eat. We've brought food up here for them.
Right. We always talk about the wonderful culinary delights that we have here in the U.
We do.
And we make these people jealous because we'll sit here and start eating on air and whatnot.
Yeah.
So one day, I don't know how we got to do this. We got to do this so we could bring Utica to the people that aren't here in Utica.
Road trip.
Road trip, maybe do some kind of little tour or something. I don't know. We'll have to figure it out.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
We'll get together with Uncle Louie and Carlo and figure out what we can do and
just find an area.
Along. Yeah,
we'll find an area. We'll load up with some food. We'll take a ride. We'll set a table up and put it out and say, and just have people come
and make those guys perform.
Yeah,
and you cook.
Yeah,
and I'll just make fun of everybody.
You'll MC the situation.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah, we'll do some ridiculous shit. Claire's got to come.
That would be something that we might be on to something here.
You might be.
Maybe, I don't know.
And
traveling road circus.
Yeah,
with food.
Yes. Well, that's for me and Vincey. We started doing the Chef Up and Cook show.
Right.
That's exactly how it transpired. He was breaking balls about something. We both started breaking balls about some stupid shit. And a friend was around, and I was like, well, you got bug. Step in the kitchen. Let's go. Let's do it.
Uh-huh.
And he sat there, and he was like, I said, come on, let's do a challenge show. Let's just do it. Fuck it.
No, it's good.
It's not about winning. I don't give a shit. It's not about winning or losing. It's just about doing it.
Yeah.
Just having fun.
Yeah.
Mike won. He didn't bring it up. He always does.
Does he? I'm surprised.
Yeah, he doesn't let me forget.
Do you have any more coming up? Or did you film them all?
We finished the season.
Okay.
It was the Oliveri's Hot Off the Brick show was going to be the last one.
Mm-hmm.
We figured I put Wally up because I think they got great stuff out there. And I kept breaking Claire's balls, and I said, I want to see you and him go toe-to-toe. You guys got to do it. And then one day I said, fuck it. We called them on a 3-way call, and we're on a 3-way FaceTime. And I said, you two are going to go toe to toe. This is what we're going to do. And they're both down for it. While he's a good sport, he don't give a shit.
Yeah.
You know, he stays
That's
out.
awesome.
He stays out. He's in his lane. He just coasts. His business, he's got a great spot out there, and he just coasts with his business, and that's it. Mike, same thing, another out-of-the-way spot that if you don't go to, if you're not in Hamilton, you're not going to go to. You're not just going to go if you don't know about it. But you should. It's worth the trip. Hamilton's a cool-ass little village.
It is.
The little Fojo coffee spot right the street right behind Mike's spot. Great coffee out there, and you could just chill. Little cool spot, little village to hang out in for an afternoon.
They got a craft brewery over there too.
They do somewhere.
Can't remember the name of it.
I don't know. I haven't ventured.
forgot now.
I know how to get to Lebanon Street. That's where I go. I know Utica Street, Lebanon Street, and it's one little circle. It's like 5 streets. I don't know the other 4.
But Mike, he does it up though, big time. But somehow we need to bring it to on the road.
We got to.
Because there's that Utica thing that's out there, but and I don't really want to talk shit, and I'm not one to talk shit, but I think it's a poor representation of what we have to offer around here.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say it. I don't care.
Yeah,
I think it's a poor representation. Like you're gonna put tomato pie out there, and it's garbage tomato pie. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well,
I said it, man. You didn't say it. I said it.
Rachel Ray made a tomato pie, and no. They should have went and had Jeff Daniels on Rachel Ray, and then he can show her how to make the fucking thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Right. I agree.
Or any one of, the powerhouse tomato pies. Nick Velarde makes a good one up at Truly up there. He's got it for anybody but her. Anybody. That was just
poor representation.
It was bad. Plus, she was half in the bag, which is it's always fun to watch Rachel because you never know how cocked she is.
Oh yeah. She likes to fire him up too.
Oh yeah.
She's a burner.
Yeah.
She's a burner.
She has a good time. She has a good time. She's a good one. But no, don't make the fucking tomato pie again.
Mertz is checking in. What's up, Mertz? Good to see you, man. I love that picture of your dad, by the way. The picture of
you posted
Dave
it up.
Melito's dad.
Yeah.
He's got a picture of his dad. Well, it's his profile picture right now, too, so I'm looking at it. That's great. Old school style, man.
Yeah.
We were born in the wrong era, Grabski.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
We were.
But I don't know. If I hung out with Merch back in the day, I'd be dead. I don't know if I would have survived that shit.
Yeah.
Those guys are wild.
They were wild. I'm talking even before them, like, back in the 30s and 40s when this town was lit up.
Oh, my God.
Just even talking to Nappy about, like, the stuff that went on in his day. Like, we missed so much good stuff. I mean, it was wide open. Utica was wide open.
It was a totally different world.
Mm-hmm.
It was a totally different world, and it's the same thing. A person is intelligent, has common sense. A group of people, forget about it. It's fucking over.
Mm-hmm.
It's over with. It's one of those just stay in your lane, go by about its course, and just keep everything happy.
Yeah.
Greed is the path to fucking nonsense destruction.
100%. Great words, brother. Great words. What do you got going on tonight? You got any specials tonight that you want to plug before we get out of here?
I was going to bring him, but I forgot.
You forgot?
Because I had to feed Mike. He had to eat there.
See, you're a great friend.
I try to be. When I go out to his place, I eat all his shit.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I was out there Monday. He was eating his shit. And then I couldn't help it. I had to show him how to make his roast beef sandwich.
So you go in the kitchen and just barge your way around?
Yeah.
Does he do the same to you when he comes to your place?
Without fail.
Yeah.
Comes in, goes to gets a drink, walks around, got a dish. What do you got? Or sometimes he pre-calls in the order.
Uh-huh.
But his timing isn't very good.
No.
His 40 minutes is more like
an hour and a half.
An hour and 40. So it's by the time then it's like 10 o'clock. You're like, what the fuck?
I'm not waiting for Mike.
You got muscles that are sitting there getting cold. They're not going to be good.
Yeah.
And it's terrible. Fucking terrible.
Bad concept of time,
but we are doing, we do have Easter Sunday takeout. We're not open for sit down.
Wait, Easter's this Sunday?
Next Sunday. It's Palm Sunday.
Jeez, I don't know.
Yeah, next Sunday's Easter.
I was thinking today was Thursday all day. And it's not.
Oh, no. It's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday.
I know. I forgot the specials. And so I didn't even take pictures. I'm going to usually take a picture, and I didn't even do that yet. But I printed them out, so that's important. But Mike had to eat on top of eating again.
I gotcha.
He's got a whole container of macaroni in his truck that he's probably eating on the way back.
I think that's awesome. You guys take care of each other, though.
You have to. You gotta have your person.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I guess that's how it works out.
Yeah.
I go to breakfast. We have fun.
Yeah.
Sunday mornings, we go to the Clares, Arthur Street, whatever. We're sitting there, we're eating breakfast. Parents are yelling at them. It's fucking hilarious.
That's
God.
reality TV over there, huh?
Sure as shit is right. We should go there with this setup and just watch the ensemble. My wife yells at me. His parents are yelling at him. It's great. Mike's just sitting there like, okay. Okay. He's like, well, in a couple of minutes, I'm going to get up and leave, and that's the end of it. But yeah, Easter Sunday, if you got to get an order in, we're taking orders up till next Thursday. The last minute Easter bread people, we will have a small selection of Easter breads from Koza over at Holy Pizzoli will be on display there to pick up, with your Easter orders. They're all individual sizes. They'll be with the egg. If you don't like the egg, then
yeah, you gotta have the egg.
You gotta have the egg.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, gotta have the egg. And she does extra frosting too.
Oh yeah.
She knows I like to dip my finger in the frosting. That's good.
You know what I learned today? Is you're a big finger dipper.
I'm a finger fucker.
Yeah, I could tell that.
Big finger fucker. That's how I eat.
Uh-huh.
That's how I eat.
Uh-huh.
When we're
these
in the
two right here.
I got my little cup. Yeah, when I'm making soups and sauces, I got my little cup. I put my cup and I put it down, and that's it. Nicole will tell you pastries. She would leave little bowls of frosting that was about to go to the sink and just be on there.
That must have been dangerous when you two were together, because I would have licked every bowl that she put out there.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and that was it. She'd be like, "Oh, your finger fucking my frosting."
Uh-huh.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
I walked over here just to do that, and now I'm going to leave. And that's the best. But it doesn't help the waistline at all, but it's still good.
You finger fucker, you.
I am.
Grabski, give your information where people can find you if they want to come down and have a fantastic meal over at Joey's.
At 307 Mohawk Street down in Lower East Utica, right before Broad. We're on Facebook, Joey's 307, at Joey's 307 on Instagram. Call us 315-864-3527. And that's a wrap.
That's a wrap. Adrian saying, "Oh my God, you two are R-rated." Of course. Did you expect any less?
It's, you know what? It's just for you, sweetheart. You try to get up to your X-rated esteem. Yeah. Let us know.
And Bad Justin wants to know if we killed Claire. No, he had to get up and leave.
He had to go.
He had to bounce.
Bounced. He took off.
He's over there making pizzas.
He's not there yet.
Doing his thing. No, he's driving around listening to Mobb Deep is what he's doing right now. Yeah.
Of course he is.
Dude, first of all, thank you so much for all the support and the sponsorship.
Anytime.
You've had our back since day one around here, and I really appreciate the friendship and the support and everything you've given us. So
it's great advertising. If you do own a business, check Z out on the D. These guys, they got a huge viewership. I've gotten great responses from the advertising I do with them. He's got so many projects going on. Even this spot here, grab it. Get him. Check him out on the D.
Thanks, buddy.
My man, you got it.
Really appreciate that.
Of course.
Thank you. Also, thank you to EJA Moving Services, Dave Longaretta, Utica Coffee, and Saranac. And also, I got to remind everybody, there is the Uptown Shutdown Showcase that's going on. I'm rocking the shirt today, actually. The Uptown Shutdown Showcase. It's going on Saturday. And there's going to be food, and there's going to be music and comedy. You could go to the uptownutica.org for more information. So go support your local theaters. We have to support all the mom and pops as much as we can, especially in this
for sure you do.
time that we're living.
We all got to stick together because that's how we live every day. So
yeah, that's for sure, man.
Keep it.
Yes, and then tomorrow, Hold the Sarcasm podcast will be, no, it's up on Monday. I'm sorry. It's up, or Friday, my bad. There's way too many podcasts. I have so much shit going on. I don't even know what's coming out when.
A lot of advertising space.
So much stuff going on. There is a lot of advertising space. But Hold the Sarcasm comes out Friday morning, and then episode 3 of the Nappy podcast, which is entitled The Victory Luncheonette, which it was a little joint that he took over, and you'll hear the story on episode 3. It's great. Episode 3 and 4 are my favorite. That's when you get into the meat and potatoes, and he's like beating people up, and
phenomenal!
It's great.
I can't wait.
Episode 3 is by far my favorite, and 4 too. 4 is really good because 4 is a turning point, and it really gets to a lot of the stories, the legendary stories that he's noted for, which starts to become in episode 4. But episode 3 is all like smack around, beat up people type stories, and it's really good.
He's hilarious.
Yeah,
he
loves coming to your place too. By the way,
he
does. He loves your joint, and we were there last week.
I like when he comes in, man. The guy kills me. Reputation, whatever. It's been a long time. Everybody's got a right to change, and this guy definitely
100%.
100%. He definitely has made a huge life adjustment, and he's a great guy to learn from.
Mm-hmm.
What not to do, basically.
Yeah.
And it works out well. And he takes it with a good heart. He's fucking, what a great guy.
Yeah, he loves your place, too. He's like, I love that place. I would go down there. So it was awesome that you had the corned beef last week for St. Patrick's Day. We all came down there
Yeah.
and had it, and he was raving about it. It was good.
Good.
He killed it. Not
Nice.
bad.
I appreciate it.
Not bad for someone who's not Irish. Are you? No, you're not. This is Italian Polish, right?
And the
Smidge.
and it's, my grandmother was a little on the Irish. She was a petty.
She was okay. Gotcha.
She was a petty. So there's a smidge. So I culinary wise, I can make potatoes, glumpkies, Italian food, pierogies. By nature, I guess. But in reality, you got to fucking learn how to do that shit. Just because you're Italian doesn't mean you know how to make sauce. Just
That's true.
keep that in mind.
I'm Italian and I have no idea how to make sauce.
See, there you go. You admitted that shit. Just because I'm Polish doesn't mean I know how to make fucking pierogies. My Italian wife makes the pierogies. Believe that shit. So
I believe it.
it works out well.
Awesome. Grabski, thanks again, man.
You
This has
got it,
been
my
fun.
man.
Let's
It
do
was a
this
good
again
time.
really soon.
Yeah, I got to get on the stove here. Fucking, we open in a half. 20,
Oh, shit, get out of here.
26 minutes.
We'll see
Thank
you later,
everybody.
people.
We'll see you.
Later.